Hi everyone, Julia Watts here, welcome to my YouTube channel. So we're going to be working with some Sentimental Yours products today, and this card is started because I was sorting through my papers, which I have a lot of Sentimental Yours papers, and I came across this, which has obviously been used for a TV demo, and it's a paper from the Beautiful Brushstrokes Terra Nova paper pad, which Phil had out quite a few years ago actually. As per usual, there are 40 A4 sheets. There's 4 designs in there, 5 colours of each design, and as always it's the 190 GSM litho printed, best quality ever premium papers. So it's almost cardstock because it's 190 GSM. And you can see it's lots and lots of kind of faded backgrounds, some watermarks on them. But they work really, really well if you want to use them with embossing folders. And this has been embossed using the classic Flourish embossing folder. First of all, it was cut out with the eyelet octagons. And then it's been embossed with the classic Flourish embossing folder, and then sanded back because I've got tape on the back. Because it's a white core, they're all single-sided sheets. When you sand it back, you get the white, and so the embossing really shows up there. So obviously that's going to work with every colourway that's in there. I'm dictated by the colourway that I've got here. I mean, sometimes I put them into packs and send them out, but I thought I'd actually use it. So we're going to start with this and then kind of extrapolate out and make ourselves a beautiful 8x8 card. As you can see, I've already got tape on this, so we can stick it onto our card. This is 1mm tape. And I've also got lots of bits and pieces that I've cut out. So we've got an 8x8 card, and I've got a piece of the, because you get, how many sheets was it? Let's see, 5 colours, 4 designs, 5 colours. So you get, I don't know, 2 sheets of each, is it? Yeah, something like 2 sheets of each. And so I've cut that down. You could, if you wanted to, actually gut that, so we can have actually cut the octagon out of that. And then when you put another piece of pure white card on the top, obviously you're not going to see that. So I'll stick those down in a minute. So we've got those, and we've got this that's going to go on there. I've also cut out some little corners. These are corners from the Heart Sprig Corners, the Adornments set, which you will find on my website. A lot of the stuff that I'm using is available on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. If you can't find it, which includes the paper pad, because I don't have the paper pad anymore, you'll find that over at Honeypot Crafts. So I've cut 4 of these out, and I do remember there is actually another video on my YouTube channel that shows you lots of different ways to use these, because they are kind of great for pattern building. And so you can actually have them so that you can build like a border up if you wanted to. So we could drop that down, I don't know, like that, and have another one like that maybe, and make yourself a border. You can put them so they're point to point, and then you can pop yourself a die cut in the middle with a sentiment if you want to. Obviously you can use them as corners. We can just have them out a little bit, make that as a focal point. Lots and lots of things that you can do with corners. So I've cut those out of the paper as well. Remember, when you're cutting out of the paper rather than card, especially with something as intricate as this, can be quite tight. So do be quite careful when you're taking them out. I mean, they do come out absolutely fine. You can also use wax paper or greaseproof paper from the kitchen in between the paper and the die, which will help with the release as well. And it kind of lubricates your dies. So we've got those. I've got 4 of those. I've also cut some leaves out as well, out of the more pinky side of the paper. And this is your Fantastic Fronds. I've cut those out of. So I've cut out 2 pairs of those, so lots and lots of leaves. So I've got those, and we're going to do some stamping. I'll show you how to stamp. I've paired it up with the new chalk acrylic paint French Beige, which you will need to get from Honeypot Crafts, because I don't have the new colours of these. And I felt that this was a really good match. If you wanted to bring in some other colour, you could also, you know, for leaves and things, you could actually bring in the green works really well, which is your subtle sage. Lots of them will mix and match. There's a pink and a peach, which will go with this French Beige as well. So let's bring in my indigo blue paint mat, which I've used before. And I have done this, I have stamped with the paint before, and you will find that on my YouTube channel. But we're going to just repeat this. And we're going to use the Dreamy Floral Finery stamps, which coordinate with the Perfectly Plain. And you will find both of these stamps and dies on my website. And we're going to use the 3 petal this time. Go for the big one. Pop it on an acrylic circle and just grab a piece of pure white card. Get all set up. I do need some kitchen roll. Ugh. I'll get some. Just use what's in the lid, I think. Put that to one side. Don't knock it over, whatever you do. And we're going to just spread some paint onto our paint mat like that. Then we're going to take our stamp and we're just going to gently pop it in there. Don't grind it in. Press down, pull off. Press down, pull off. So don't hang about, and then you get it like so. It does actually dry. These I've cut out with the die. It does actually dry a little bit textured. You can actually feel it. So it's not like embossing, but it does have that textural feel to it. It will dry quite quickly. So I normally just run it under a tap, just a cold tap with a nail brush. For the purposes now, we're just going to add a little bit of water to it and just take a towel and give it a rub, and that's cleaned all that paint off. There's a little bit in there actually. Don't let the paint dry on the stamp, because it will actually ruin the stamps, but you can see that it comes off really, really well, including fetching off any residue, VersaFine Clair as well. So stamp as many flowers as you want. I've gone for 3 sizes. I've gone for the largest, the next largest, and the smallest ones. I haven't gone for the teeny tiny one. And then, as I said, you can take your dies. This is the largest one, and it'll just fit over the top like so. And then you run it through, and then you get your finished cut out flower. So nice and easy, properly coordinated. So that's that. Then we're going to do some more stamping. So it can dry quite quickly, and the more that it dries, the harder it is to stamp with. But you'll get to know, it's not, especially with sentiments, because we're going to stamp a sentiment, it's not an exact science. So don't panic if you get it wrong. Just have a, you know, like these strips of card that you have left from making your card blanks and your mats and layers are absolutely perfect for stamping your sentiments. We're going to use Ticker Tape Tastic, the Essentials. I'm also using the Acclamationals and also Family. But we're just going to stamp Happy Birthday because I've got all the other bits and pieces stamped already. So this is from the Essentials. And we'll find ourselves a acrylic block. And the same as before, although it's not as deep as the other acrylic block, so you tend to get it, stick my fingers in it. So you can see you get the happy birthday in there. Now, the more you do it, the more it's going to be a little bit not fine detail. So the more you put it in the paint, that's not too bad. But we'll go again because we can. See if we can get a better one. And remember, there's two sides to a piece of card. The paint won't go through. See, that's a little bit heavy on the birthday. Let's turn that over and see if we get a better one on the other side. Let's paint. It could be that this is drying out. It does. If you can't really do this sort of thing on the what they're called, craft sheet, because the paint kind of moves around a bit. You know, I think the first one's best. I think we're going to go with the first one. That's the one we're going for. Because if I go over that now, I won't be able to cut the other one out. Or we could just see if we get one better. Let's just try. Doesn't matter. Like I say, it's not an exact science. You can use your VersaFine clays or your oxides if you want to, but if you want it to be fully coordinated, you want to stamp like that. Yeah, I'm going to go for the first one. And once again, give it a mist, clean it up, and make sure that paint doesn't dry on your stamp. So I'm going to clear this up, do a little bit of sticking of my mats and layers, and then we'll carry on and do a little bit more. Okay, so I'm all cleaned up now, and I've started to put my corners on. I've just got one more to do. I've got my mats and layers just glued down. Obviously, if you want to, you can put some foam tape underneath. I'm tending to make slightly flatter cards nowadays, thinking of how expensive the post is. So just dipping the corner into the PVA. This is Sentimental Yours PVA. I've just got a piece of kitchen roll here, and I'm just going to very quickly dab off the excess glue. Don't leave it hanging around for too long. I'm using precision tweezers from Sentimental Yours just to position that in the corner. Give it a push. There's my 4 corners. They're stuck. Let's quickly just clean that mess up. If your PVA dries on your mat, don't worry, it's easy to get it off. You can just use the side of an acrylic block and that will peel the glue off your craft sheet very easily. We don't want to dip our card in that. Okie dokie. So let's grab our background. Now I want to have it with the lines going that way, and I want the darker and more pinky bit. Top or bottom? Let's have it at the bottom, because it's at the bottom of that. Let's see if we can get this on straight. You can put a bit of PVA on there to help with your positioning if you want to. That's pretty good to me. There we go. And then we've got our happy birthday all cut out with a little bit of 1mm foam tape. So that's from your Essentials, Ticky Tape Tastic 2 Essentials. Then we've got 2 My Amazing, and they're all from, not the Occasionals, they're from the Acclamational Ticky Tape Tastic 2. As I said, you'll find these over on my website. And then we've got Friend, so it could be sister, brother, whatever you want to have, and that is from the Family Set. Okay, lots and lots of different family members on this set. Really, really useful set. Obviously they're bigger because you have to get Bill's face on there. That's going to go in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to just think about our flowers. And the shaping of the flowers is very easy. I've got 5 flowers already made. And I am going to show you this once more, just in case you've not seen any of my other videos. So all I'm going to do with these, so because we've got the lovely stamping on here, I'm just going to stick my thumb in the centre there. And I'm just going to use my forefinger of my right hand and my thumb to give it some shape. So it ends up like that. If you're using papers, don't pull so hard. And do remember that if you're using thinner card, again, don't pull so hard because you might actually pull your petal off. It's not a major thing because you can actually glue it back in place and just use that flower as the one that goes underneath. Like so. And then whichever one you want to have on top, they're pretty much the same actually. Let's have this one on top though. The same with the 4 petal flowers in the set. Just, I mean, you can do lots of different shaping, but I think this works really nicely with these. And then use an embossing tool or the end of a pokey tool, anything flat, or a pencil, just to push it in on the mat, and then it has that lovely shape to it. And the pearls that I put in the centre of these ones, keeping with the colour scheme, I've actually used the Smooth Caramel from Sentimentally Yours. So you can only get these from Honeypot Crafts. All the gems are available there. And I think you've got, yeah, you've got 8mm, 5mm and, oh, it says on the side, 3, 5 and 8mm flat back pearls, approximately 550 in a pack. So I'm going to use 5 flowers. Now normally I do like a top and a bottom, so I'd have like top left, bottom right, because that's why I do it. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to have ourselves an arc of flowers on this one. So 2 small ones like that. I think that's what we're going to do on this. Oh, let's get rid of Honeypot. Obviously that's not stuck yet. And we've got to have leaves in there. I'm going to stick that at the end. Let's get our flowers on. Pretty. I do like stamping with paint. It was Kaya Indigo Blue that first taught me about that idea. It works really well. Like I say, if you want to get coordinating. The French beige works so well with this paper. From the brush strokes. Remember, this is the Terra Nova pack. There were 4 packs. There's one that's kind of pinky and blue. I think is that called Aurora. And then there's 2 really deep ones, and they're all going to work really well if you want to sand anything back. Obviously they're great for stamping on. If you wanted to use the Bargello technique, which is another video that you'll find, I think I did it with one of Trudy's stamps, one of the fashionistas. So there are lots of videos. There's over 100 videos just with Sentimentally Yours on there, and there's nearly 100 fairy hugs. So I've got lots and lots of videos for you to watch. So how's that looking? That's looking pretty. Let's have that up a bit. Yeah. Okie dokie. And let's grab our flowers. Flowers? Leaves. Leaves even. I remember these are the, what are they called? Honestly, fill in these names. These are called Fantastic Fronds. And I've already been butchering these. We're just going to tuck these in. I'll try not to go off of the edge of the card if I can help it, because that makes it not go in the envelope. Let's see if can get it underneath there. We do want, as it's an 8x8 card, I do want to get it in an 8x8 envelope if I can. There we go. That's going to fit nicely in there. A bit of leaf over the flower. This is the faffy bit. This is the bit that takes the longest. Obviously, because this is on paper, they do tear really easily. Underneath there. Actually, I could have done with the smaller ones of these, couldn't I? I purposely didn't cut the little tiny leaves out. I'll show you which ones I mean. These, because I never end up using them, but I could have done with them this time. Oh well. Maybe I'll add them after. And maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just make do with what I've got. How are we doing? How are we diddling? Let's look at the camera. Let's have some more going on the other side. So we could have some leaves coming in there, maybe. Or even like that. Let's do that. It is quite a subtle contrast. Obviously you could cut your leaves out of white card if you wanted. I thought that the white would be a bit too much white, or you could bring in another colour, like I say, like the subtle sage, which would work really, really well. So if you're doing the open leaves, these leaves, I would paint a piece of card first, then die cut them. If you're using the other set, which one's this called? This one's called Fantastic Fronds. If you're using the Fabulous Fronds, which are the ones that have got the deboss detail on them, then I would perhaps cut them out and then paint them very, very lightly over the debossed detail. I do want little leaves. Let's just grab one little leaf from there. I'll chop that in. So I'm making it up as I go along. Chop that in underneath that one, like so. And then where's the little leaf on the other one? I will cut the other one. I think that's big enough leaves, and then we'll get our sentiment on. Oh. Like so. There we're looking. That's good, doesn't it? Let's get our sentiment on. I like to place it first, so I know I've got my space in. Let's see if we can get these on straight. There's the challenge. So I want to go down from the top, like that, and hope that that's straight. Yeah, it's straight against the top of the octagon anyway. Might not look straight, but it is meant to be. Let me just check again. Yeah, it says it's straight, it just doesn't look straight. It might look more straight when I've got the others on. Happy birthday to my... There is an hour as well, so if you want to say to our amazing friend, then you could do. Obviously, if you wanted to put lots of little flowers around it, you could do. This is just to give you an idea. And rather than throw away or never use this beautiful embossed octagon, I thought we would make a card to my amazing friend. There we go. I'm not going to put any more pearls on or anything like that because we've got these lovely corners going on. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's been useful and that you can take something away and use on another card of yours. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I always like to read your comments. And don't forget that you will find products available over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. It's always nice to get some sales. And you'll also find especially the chalky paints and the Terra Nova paper pad over at Honeypot Crafts. And I just need to say thank you for watching.